we see a variety of plants and animals around us. Biodiversity is a term given to express this variety in organisms around us. Day by day, this diversity is getting reduced. A number of plants like ginkgo biloba, rafflesia, and a number of animals like the white tiger and the turtles of Orissa are becoming extinct. Preserving this variety of animals and plants around us is conservation.
Okay, now let me ask you one question. Have you ever been on a farm?
Yes, ma'am.
What do people do there?
Farming.
Farming. That is known as traditional farming, in which crops are grown and seeds are sown and they are kept aside for a year. And there is no crop failure because of savior crops. And there is only organic manure and natural fertilizers are used. There is no input from outside. And this traditional farming promotes a lot of diversity in crops. Okay, now tell me, have you heard the term green revolution?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I will explain it to you. In green revolution, high yielding variety seeds are grown. In that, what happens, everything comes from outside. Fertilizers, pesticides, everything. It gives us a very high yielding variety crops. But there is one loss. Can you tell me what is it?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll tell you. It is the loss of diversity which is present in traditional farming. Do you know how many species are there in this earth?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll tell you. There is about 8 to 9 million species in this earth, and preserving all of them becomes a huge task.
Ma'am, why should we conserve species?
A very good question. Why should we conserve them? First of all, every life on this planet is sacred and we should protect them. Secondly, we get lots of things from plants and animals like wood, shelter, fuel, and ecosystem services like free oxygen, pollination. So in order to receive all of them, we should conserve them.
Ma'am, how can we conserve such a vast variety of plants and animals?
The conservation of plants and animals can be done in two ways: in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. In situ conservation, that is the protection of the species from where they are, from their natural habitat. In ex situ conservation, the conservation is about the protection of species away from their natural habitats. In situ conservation is quite cost effective, but ex situ conservation is more feasible process.
Ma'am, can you state ways of in situ conservation?
Yes, by protecting our natural areas, by establishment of natural parks and resources, by preserving undeveloped lands, and on-farm cultivation, that is traditional farming. So we can collect, maintain and improve the traditional variety of plants.
Ma'am, what are the ways in which ex situ conservation is done?
Ex situ conservation, as I have already told, the biodiversity is preserved artificially through seed banks, zoo, botanical gardens, aquaria and research institutes. There are some large tracts of land in between two differently zoned areas. Example, a park situated between a commercial area and a residential area. This serves as a purpose of conservation and it minimizes the impact of adjacent land use.
Ma'am, what does India do for conservation?
We have Ministry of Environment and Forest catering to this through wildlife sanctuaries, natural reserves, etc.
Ma'am, what do other countries in the world do for conservation?
At the international level, there is World Conservation Union, WWF, Worldwide Fund for Nature, UN Environment Programs. Regular summits and conservations and programs are held for the conservation. And on every year, 28th of July is celebrated as World Nature Conservation Day. So, in today's session, we discussed about endemics, endangered species, migration of species, and farming, ways of conservation, in situ and ex situ mode of conservation, buffer zones, and what is India and the world is doing for conservation of nature. Hope you have enjoyed today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Conservation of biodiversity, conservation of biosphere and conservation of earth itself has become essential for human survival. There are two factors which are responsible for the present situation. One is technological advance, the second one is population explosion. Because of population explosion, men and women are competing for food and space all over the world. The relationship between man and nature has changed from nature for man to man against nature. We say man against nature because man is continuously exploiting nature to meet his various needs, so much so that very soon man will have to colonize space. It is because of these two factors that our planet Earth is endangered. Our big blue green planet Earth is in danger of extinction. Let us learn to take care of this planet Earth because this is the only planet in the solar system where life is. Thank you.